To introduce today's student speaker, it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Jennifer Holmes, Dean of the School of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences.
Good morning. It's such a fun day. I always love graduation. It's the best. But it's even better when you get to introduce your own graduate as student speaker. So let me introduce Dr. John Tayden. He came to us from Ghana, and he's graduating today with a PhD in public policy and political economy and a master's in social data analytics and research. During his time at UT Dallas, he co-founded the Public Policy and Political Economy Club, served as an editor, host, and researcher for the Politics, Economics, and Policy podcasts, given a TED Talk for the UTD TEDx branch. Throughout his time at UTD, John has designed syllabi and taught 4 classes as the instructor of record, mentored countless undergraduate students, and assisted professors in the School of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences in their research. Outside of the classroom, John regularly grants interviews to TV and radio stations in Ghana on public policy matters. In fulfillment of his dream of becoming a professor, John has secured a tenure-track job as Assistant Professor of International Studies at Pepperdine University. Please welcome your colleague, John Tayden.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Holmes. So I come from a small town in northern Ghana known as Saboba. As the British and the French would have it back in 1946, the border between Ghana and Togo passes through my town. We have relatives on the other side of the border in Togo. They speak French, we speak English. When I was little, I was crossing the border with my dad to attend a relative's funeral in Togo. And I remember just looking over at my dad and saying, "Dad, I'm sure that as time goes on, all these artificial borders separating us from our relatives will one day disappear like a miracle, and we will all be one people again." My dad looked back at me, careful not to smile too much, as always, and he says, "Son, time will never bring us back together." Then he continued, "Time did not regain our independence from the British, and time certainly will not restore peace among our people." President Benson, esteemed professors, beloved parents here today, and colleague students, it is indeed a delight to be selected to address you all here today. Attending the University of Texas at Dallas has been one of the greatest privileges of my life, and I hope it has been for you too. But no matter how long ago your UT Dallas journey started, whether 2 years ago, 4 years ago, or even 6 years ago, you have earned your seat here today. Congratulations, and give yourselves a big round of applause. You know, one of the privileges of my time here at UT Dallas has been the opportunity to teach classes and mentor students as an instructor of record. In that role, I have come across students with various kinds of struggles that often no one in the community had any idea about. You see, I have met and mentored a first-generation college student whose family for 3 years running did not have internet connection at home or see the need for it for your take-home assignments. But today, you're here. I have met the full-time line worker who juggled work schedules with group meetings for 4 straight years to earn a degree. But today, you're here. And there was the international student, the first to show up in class, the last to let the professor go, because he knew that he had the extra burden of mastering the compositional strategies of a second language to earn a U.S. education. But today, you're here. Oh, and there was the athlete, the one who needed time out of town every other week to keep an Olympic dream alive. I see you in the crowd. Congratulations. But you know, I couldn't really give this speech today without acknowledging the presence of those of you who have humbled me more than anything else that I have ever witnessed in my life. This past year has been unkind to many, but you bore burdens that no student should ever be made to bear. There were a couple of you who had to go on hospital admissions to fight for your lives, literally. You made it back. There were a couple of you who needed time away not once, not twice, but 3 times to go bury loved ones and return. You made it back. And there was the student who requested an incomplete in an email that read, "Professor, I don't know what I'm going to do now." You made it back too. Fellow students and fellow fighters, I wish I could stand in front of you here this morning and say, congratulations, it is all over now because you are graduating. But that won't be the case. The time is coming when you will have even more questions than answers. That's okay, but don't stop asking. The time is coming when you will feel like settling for less. That's okay too, but don't settle. There might even be time coming when you feel like giving it all up, letting it all go because it's too hard. That's probably okay too, I think, but you cannot let it go. You see, your presence here today is the ultimate expression of your power to survive. And I believe that what can defeat you, friends, does not exist anymore. So once again, congratulations. But as you walk out of this room here this morning, the world is going to look up to you for answers to questions that you do not have the right answers to yet. But do not look the other way, and especially do not leave it to time. You have heard time and again that time reveals all answers, or time heals all wounds, or time restores everything. No, it does not. You do. Friends, we did not come this far in the fight against this pandemic because of time. Scientists opened new labs, nurses clocked in extra hours, and you stayed 6 feet apart. Remember when we were told in the beginning that with time it was all going to disappear like a miracle? And yet it turned into a full-blown pandemic. I do too. Fellow comets, time has not and will never heal the injustices or eliminate the inequalities of our society. You will. Time has not and will never seal the crevices or the ever-widening fault lines of our body politic. You will. Time has not and will never make our society kinder, fairer, and greener. You will. Congratulations. Step out, reclaim your time, and make it count. Thank you. It is now my distinguished honor and pleasure to welcome to the podium President Benson.
Thank you, Professor. That was profound. The students at Pepperdine are very fortunate.